Hi, Hexenfrau. Welcome to your January reading. And I'm going to go ahead and apologize in case there's any noise. The kids are next door playing on the playground, and you know how kids can be. Hopefully, they'll keep it to a minimum, but you never can tell. So, you have a lot going on in January. I know that you're going back to school, and that is quite an undertaking. Very proud of you. But you kind of wanted to just see how it's going to go. So, yeah. I know you've had a lot going on in your life too recently, and so this is kind of like a fresh new start for you. I mean, it's starting back. You've been in school, but it's kind of starting back with a different situation a little bit. So, yeah. So hopefully we're going to get some good answers in these cards. So let's get started. So first we have the Three of Chalices, and the Three of Chalices is usually about like really good friendship, really good relationships. It's about celebration and the people around you. Usually, the people around you are really, really helpful. And I really see this as your family because you have a family of three amazing women who are very supportive, it sounds like. So it sounds like they're going to continue to be really supportive. They're going to continue to be there for you. And let me show you that close up. That's a great card. This is the Prism of Visions Tarot, by the way. But they're going to continue to be there for you. They're going to continue. They're going to continue to be very supportive. So yes, you've got like a really firm foundation that you're working with. So I think you know that though. So that's a good thing. And here we have, ooh, the Ace of Chalices. So this is like a fresh new beginning. Just like I said, the water is washing everything clean. Okay, you've had this thing that has been weighing on your mind for a while. We actually didn't even need the cards to mention this, to tell you about this, because you know. But you're kind of washed clean of this situation. And it's not been an easy situation by any stretch, but the Ace of Chalices is kind of washing you clean, and you're really going into this feeling like you have been reborn a little bit. The Ace of Chalices is also about like emotions. And so your emotions are still a little bit raw, but you know that you went through this thing that was really difficult, and now you're here on the other side of it. And so you kind of get this fresh new start. So, as difficult as it was, you know, not to negate that, it's really, you're on the other side of it. So that's a great card. You know, and it's still, you know, the chalices, the emotions are still at the surface though. So, you know, keep an eye out for that. So take care of yourself. And here we've got, oh, the Ten of Swords reversed. Now, the Ten of Swords reversed is when something is over with, something is finished. Okay, it should have been done a long time ago, but here we've got it reversed. So something that should have been over a long time ago, something that was done, just really done, that you're having trouble letting go of, it's over now. And I think we know what this is. So, yeah, not the nicest card, but yeah, so it's finished though. And again, this is just saying that you're on the other side of it now. So you can kind of rebuild your life the way that you want to now. So you can do it with this feeling of being reborn. So these are all kind of things that we knew. So here we have the Queen of Chalices. So this is more, this card reminds me of you. And again, look at this card. These cards are gorgeous. So this is you. This is you riding all the waves of all these emotions and coming out on top. Okay, this is you being victorious over these emotions. So these emotions are a part of your life right now, but they're not going to slow you down. They're not going to keep you from what you have to do. So that's a good thing. You already know that. I mean, you're very driven. You're very ambitious, but ambitious can sometimes be taken in a bad way. You know what you want, and you're going after it. And so that's a great card for you. I love this card. This definitely symbolizes you, and kind of the fact that you're riding on top of all these emotions. You're not letting them drag you under, if you will. So here we've got, and I'm messing up my nice little grid here, the Nine of Swords reversed. This, and this goes back to the Ten of Swords reversed, where your nightmares, your anxiety, if there was any depression, if there was any, any anxiety that kept you up at night, it's over with. And you can kind of relax. So it kind of goes back to this Ten of Swords, where you're done with all that. You're on the other side of it. You don't have to worry anymore. You don't have to stress. Things are going to be easier from here on out. Again, you're going to be riding on top of those emotions. The Queen of Chalices is very much in control of her emotions, where when this card is right side up, it's the emotions are in control of you, but we've got it reversed here. So she has reversed this card. So you're on top of everything. You're kind of on the other side of it. These things are not going to drag you down anymore. So that's a good thing. And with the Ace of Chalices, things are still kind of raw, but again, you're in control. They're not in control of you. So that's a great card. And then here we've got the Eight of Pentacles. So now we've gone from the watery chalices, from the realm of emotion into the realm of earth and practicality. And this is the Farmer card. So this is very much about your schoolwork. This is about you being really, really good at what you're doing. This is about you being an expert, if you will. So you're definitely putting in all the study. You're putting in all the work. You are doing what needs to be done. And you're going to be recognized for it. However, you're kind of going to step back a little bit and think about, is this really what I'm meant to be doing? Is this really what I want to be doing? So this is kind of like the card of, I've excelled at this. I have mastered this. Now what? Now what do I do? And you may decide to continue on doing the same thing, or you may actually just decide to try something a little bit different. And that's fine too. It just depends on what's in your mind, what's in your heart, what you think is your correct path. So it's kind of telling you now's a really good time to do some path work. Make sure you're on the right path. Make sure that you are doing what it is that you're meant to be doing. And really just give yourself room, because you have had so much going on with these other cards that your direction may have changed a little bit. So kind of give yourself the chance to explore that as an option and see if that may be the case for you. So here we've got the Eight of Swords reversed. Now, this is, there's an explosion outside. We still have some New Year's fireworks going off. Here we've got the Eight of Swords reversed. So this is a card of you removing your own limitations. If you have placed limitations on yourself, if you have tried to keep yourself within bounds, or say, well, I can do this, but I can't do this, or I can't do this, or maybe I should just do this to kind of keep things manageable. This is the card of casting all that off. Okay, this is the card of no limitations. This is the card of you're free to do what you want. Okay, and don't tell. There's more. We had some more fireworks in the middle of the day, of course. But yeah, this is just telling you, don't worry about those limitations. Those don't apply to you anymore. Okay, all the limitations that you had applied to yourself don't matter. You can really move forward knowing that those aren't really a part of your life anymore. So yeah, and that may be, you may have felt some limitations that kept you on the path that you were on. And if you do decide to change paths, it may be because you've lifted those limitations. Now here we've got the Three of Pentacles. Now the Three of Pentacles is kind of along the same lines of the Eight of Pentacles, in that this is a student, whereas this is like the master. Okay, so this is telling me you may decide to go on a different path. You may decide to change your major. You may decide to try something a little bit different. You will be great at it. Again, this is a card of somebody who is skilled, somebody who is really good at what they're doing, but who is still at the beginning. So if you had been, going down this one particular path with your schoolwork, you may decide to switch it up a little bit, change it just a little bit, take a little sidestep, and do something a little bit different. Or, this can be that you are doing something a little bit different as it is. This may be a sidestep from, the career that you thought that you would have, where you're going to school for something totally different. So, again, the Three of Pentacles is somebody who's really good at what they're doing. So, yeah, it's definitely auspicious. It's definitely, you're going to do really well at it. So, that's a good thing. And finally, we have the Four of Swords reversed. So, usually when we see this card right side up, this is a card of rest. This is a card of the fight is done and now you need a break. But this is reversed, so you don't need a break. This is a time to hustle. This is a time to fight and fight and fight. And, sometimes school can feel like it's a huge fight. This is a time to just get things done, to do the work, do the hard work. It's going to pay off for you. I think that you really have just all kinds of positivity ahead of you. You've got a lot of negativity behind you, but it is firmly behind you. If you put in the work, it's going to pay off. And you're going to be really good at what it is that you're doing. So, yeah. So, now overall, you've got a lot of chalice cards. You've got the Three of Chalices, the Ace of Chalices, the Queen of Chalices. Those are about emotions. Again, you've been through a very emotional situation lately. Those were not big surprises at all. And as far as swords, you've got the Ten of Swords, the Nine of Swords, Eight of Swords. You've got a lot of swords cards. And swords cards are about thought and about communication, but they're also about a fight. Okay, swords are what we carry into a fight. And with the Ten of Swords and the Nine of Swords, both are reversed, you're on the other side of that fight. That fight is over. You get to relax. Not with the Four of Swords reversed, you don't get to take a rest, but at least this part of the fight is over. And with the Eight of Swords reversed, you get to remove your limitations. In this way, we can see the swords as like cutting away the things that are holding us back. And again, you've got like a lot of hard work ahead of you, but it's not going to be like a battle. It's going to be just hard work. Just trying to cut through and do what needs to be done. You've also got the Two Pentacles here. And I would definitely expect to see these in a card about school. Because again, we've got the Master and the student. So this is your teacher. This is the student. Yeah. So I feel like you may be changing paths a little bit. But that's really, you can kind of take a step back and look and see what it is that you want to do. So that's kind of a good thing. You have that freedom now that you've cast off the Eight of Swords here. So, yeah. So, let me know what you think. As always, you know how to reach me in case you have any questions. But this reading, this is like exactly what I would have expected to see for you. With everything you've been going through, with everything you have ahead of you, these are all cards that I would have expected to see. So, yeah, I'm kind of pleased with this reading. This one really came together. So, let me know what you think. Let me know if it resonates for you. And I hope you have a great weekend. I hope your New Year was amazing. We had a good time. And that's it. Blessed be. Bye-bye.